Good afternoon from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Friday, January the 29th market update. On the economic front, GDP was better than expected, up 5.7%. Consensus was for up 4.5%. January consumer sentiment was up, coming in at 74.4 compared to December's 72.8. Chicago PMI was also up, 61.5 compared to 58.7. And Q4 employment cost index came in at 0.5% compared to 0.4% for Q3. On deck for Monday, we have personal income and outlays, construction spending, and ISM manufacturing index. The dollar was up by a decent amount. Gold, silver, copper, and oil were all down. Take a look at the UUP, which we've been watching. So we've been keep going up, lots of volume up here. We should be near some resistance levels. This prior high right here was around $23.50. So the dollar should be nearing some resistance levels. So we'll see if that causes it to reject and turn lower, and we'll get a bump in the market in commodities, or if it'll just go blow right through this $23.50 level. Light Street crude futures were down 75 cents to settle at $72.89 a barrel. Another look at the point and figure chart on the West Texas Intermediate crude. We're still right here. We're watching this area to see if this bullish trend line here gives a bounce and crude turns higher, or if we break down it goes lower. And again, sell signal is after we take out this column of O's, puts us on a sell signal, it would be 69. So we'll be watching for that. Over to the Dow. So the Dow closed down 53 points to 10,067. S&P closed down 10 points to 1,073. NASDAQ closed down 31 points to 2147, and Russell closed down 5 points to 602. The Dow held up the best again today, down only 0.52%. NASDAQ was the weakest again today, down 1.45%. So this puts the NASDAQ down about 8% from our recent highs, and the S&P is down now about 7% off the recent highs. So nice little pullback here. I guess the big institutions are dumping their big winners in tech. I'm not sure, obviously the Dow's been holding up better, so I don't know if they're rotating into bigger companies, kind of getting defensive. That's what it looks like. So we'll continue to monitor that. We're looking at the Dow. We've been watching this 10,100 level. Definitely broke that. Let's go here, about right there somewhere. Been watching that. Broke it. Does it's tried to we tried to stop the fall here and we broke down. Then it looks like it's trying. This candle looks like it's trying to stop the fall again. This is an inverted type hammer candle. And of course we continue to be oversold. So we'll see how much further down we have to go. Let's look at the SPX. So the SPX, we've broken this. We had this kind of uptrend line here. It is now broken. MACD continues lower. Let's look at the 60-minute chart on the S&P. Let's go to the, here we go. Okay. So we've been going down here. Pull this up here. All right, so I know it's kind of ugly, but so we've been going falling and falling and falling. Well, as you'll notice on the 60-minute chart on the S&P 500, the MACD is actually climbing. So we're climbing and we're climbing. RSI actually was lower here, which would have been in this area on the price. And it got RSI was a little bit stronger here, which was this area on price, and then the RSI is a little higher here, which is here. So I'm expecting a bounce pretty soon. I don't know if that means we're going to reverse, go higher, or how much higher, but definitely expecting a bounce. But I have been for a few days, and as it happens, so whenever the institutions get finished dumping, then I guess we'll go back up. There actually was a little bit. There were some buy programs out there today, so they typically, when it starts getting this pullback in this area, this percent down, they start buying some dips in some good stocks. So seeing a little bit of that going on. Let's take a look at gold. So gold, it continues to hold it up pretty well, even though it seems a little heavy. We're stuck in here. We're still above though this 10.5 so area. We're still holding up above that level. So gold's holding up pretty well, even though the dollar, considering how much the dollar was up, you would think the gold would really sell off hard, but it's not. So it gives this feel that there's something up in gold. So be watching gold closely. Silver is in a support area around this area here, so watch silver as well. And the VIX was up 3.75% today, and we're in this nice little herky jerky market. It's always a lot of fun. See, off to the sectors. 2 of the 16 sectors we follow finished in the green today. The home construction index and the biotechs were both green today. The biotechs were actually up the most, 0.54%. And the gold index was the weakest, down 3.65%. And that gold index is mostly full of miners, so it's not. That's why the GLD didn't look that bad. But so off to the market. Let's see. Oh, let's look at the. Almost forgot here. Let's go look at the McClellan. We've been looking at it. Take a quick look here. So we've been watching the NYSE, the McClellan here, and you can see this oversold just keeps getting worse each day. Now we're at minus 93. So, and I mean, it can continue. We don't have to have a good bounce, but we'll continue to watch. It's oversold as we're getting. I would assume it may be one of those days here coming up that, again, I don't know if it's going to reverse the trend higher, but we'll probably, I wouldn't be surprised if we have a day coming up where we're up 175 points or whatever, 200 points. I don't know if that'll happen, but typically, we get this oversold. The bounce is usually pretty big. You start getting some short covering and all kinds of, stuff like that going on. So watch for that. And of course, it is Friday, so of course, no chart watch for today. I always post my, weekly watch list on Sunday evening. So I know, bummer, chart watch, no chart watch. And let's go over and look at the market signals. So of course we follow the point and figure charts for the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P. Of course, in the Dow, NASDAQ, of course, hasn't changed. They're both on sell signals. S&P, it remains on a buy signal. The weakness did cause the Dow price objective to get lowered again today, like it did yesterday. So it got lowered another 100 points. So yesterday it got lowered to 9,450. Today it's now at 9,350. And the NASDAQ also got lowered by another 40 points from, I think it was at 210 yesterday, and now it's at 1,970. So, of course, that doesn't mean we're going there, but it does give us something to watch. In fact, so let's go take a look at the Dow, just to give you an idea. If we were to go to these levels, so the Dow would be 9,350, put you about right somewhere back to here. So we'll be watching that, see if we ever get there. We may not, but that gives you an idea. A lot lower, and there's no certain time frame on point and figure, so much lower than we are. And then the NASDAQ, that 1,970 would put us somewhere down here. All right, well, that's it for today. Catch the weekly watch list on Sunday, and have a great weekend. And remember to always invest sharp.